essentially, the way you looked at this, one person says that this was a time bomb, and you wanted to see inside the bomb to see whether or not it was going to explode. That's a fair metaphor? That's what one of the audience said. So.
Absolutely, and the key is to visualize it. In this case, we wanted to get sort of unique information that could guide the surgeons. The problem is the techniques hadn't been invented yet. So essentially, a lot of this conference has been about collaboration. We had to do the collaboration on the spot. And we had been thinking about collaboration at the same time and realized we needed to get all the people together with a common purpose. We needed to get different specialties together. We needed to do the innovation essentially minute by minute, hour by hour, not year by year.
So essentially, you were looking for what Jer was talking about. You were looking for personalized certainty here, okay, as much as you could get.
Yep.
Okay. What was the, one person asked, what was it that made you decide to go in? Was there a data point? What made you decide?
That's the parents' decision.
Actually, it was Spencer's decision.
And what was the trigger here? Was it just the fact you didn't want to walk around with the tie bomb, or was there some data we actually learned?
It was all of the above. It was the gestalt of, as a 19-year-old going to interview different surgeons. It was the advice that had come through. He didn't really want to live with it. He did take a leave of absence from school to train for surgery, which is where the prehab, preparing for rehab, came in. And at some point, he did have the beginnings of what appeared to be a symptom. And the problem is that if it did bleed in a catastrophic way, it was too late.
Right. So
I just want to say, Lee, I don't think you and June get enough credit for what you guys did, because you were like an example. You remind me in many ways of the passion and never, like Diane and I, never willing to quit. Lee, you were perhaps one of the best parents that I think any kid in that situation could ever have. So
thank you very much.
There's Mom.
There's the mom.
One last question. You know, we think of teams and collaboration, and we think they're in a lab and they're in fancy offices. But that picture there, we saw 5 people hunched around a monitor, real-time collaboration. That's really the essence of it, isn't it? It's really about getting people together quickly, figuring stuff out and moving. That's what you did so differently.
It's really something of what we heard yesterday. You need the collective purpose. You need people to agree. And in this case, you can hardly have a better motivation than that boy sitting there in the scanner. And then you need to be sitting there together. You need to be working together on the spot.
Well, fantastic. Thank you from all of us, and thank you for this wonderful honor. It was really appreciated.